Chapter 2, Section 2, Comparing and Ordering Rational Numbers. The objective: to compare and order positive and negative rational numbers written as fractions, decimals, and integers. To compare or order rational numbers, first write them in the same form. To compare fractions, we must find a common denominator. In this first example, we have two fractions, 5/6 and 7/10. We need to find a common denominator. We can do that simply by taking the two denominators and multiplying them together, and that would come up with a common denominator of 60. So 5/6 and 7/10, we are going to write equivalent fractions of both of those, and they're both going to have a denominator of 60. Now, 6 times 10 is 60. If I multiply the denominator of 6 times 10, I have to multiply the numerator times 10. So this numerator would be 50. On this side, 10 times 6 is 60. So I multiplied the 10 by 6, so I have to multiply the 7 by 6, and this would be 42. So I would end up with equivalent fractions of 5/6 would be 50 60ths, and 7/10 would be 42 60ths. Now they're quite easy to compare. 50 60ths is greater than 42 60ths. In this example, we are asked to compare a decimal and a fraction. Now we need to write these in the same form. Now what we're going to do it twice. First, we're going to put them both into decimal form. Now negative 0.44 is already in decimal form, so that's going to just be brought down as negative 0.44. Now negative 2/5. What we're going to do with that in order to convert that fraction into a decimal is divide. This fraction bar right here really is a division sign, so it would be a negative 2 divided by 5. Negative 2 divided by 5 would come out to be negative 0.4. And I'm going to add a 0 to the right of the decimal after the last 4. So it's going to be negative 40 hundredths. Now, with comparing these numbers, I'm going to put these numbers on a number line. I'm going to have 0, and I'm going to put down negative 1. Now, negative 0.5 would be right in the middle. Negative 0.44 would be to the right, and further to the right, or closer to 0, would be negative 0.4. With these numbers properly placed on the number line, we can easily see which number is greater. Whichever number is farther to the right on a number line is greater. So negative 0.44, if we move to the right, it's negative 0.40. So negative 0.40 is greater than negative 0.44. In this example, we converted this fraction into a decimal and compared it to the other decimal. What we could have done from the beginning is convert this decimal into a fraction and then write two fractions and compare them. Now, negative 0.44 could be read as negative 44 hundredths. I would write that as a fraction here. Negative 2/5 could be written as a fraction over 100. 5 times 20 is 100, so 2 times 20 would come out with 40, and it's negative. So I would have negative 44 hundredths or negative 40 hundredths. So either method will work. Choose whichever you're most comfortable with and use that method, but you need to write the two numbers in the same form.